What's up, guys? Welcome back to the bakery. I'm your host, Team Rosemary, also known as Zach Warlock. And joining me today to cast these two games, I got Thrandomir and Joey with us. Guys, how are y'all doing?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I'm doing all right.
It's good. It's good.
Did some 4th of July's going swell.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got to kick back, enjoy your festivities, your holidays, I hope.
Oh yeah, it was great. I had a pretty big grand finale. Hey Zach, as like a congrats for the 100 followers, I just gifted you 5
Oh my
subs.
word!
DG is one of them, so awesome.
Giga Chad.
That's crazy. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, man.
This man got too much money on his hands. He's just throwing it everywhere.
Well, I mean, I don't know about I don't like to jinx it, so we'll just
I don't know what this man is doing in the spectators
Yeah.
chat. We got
True.
You think I put this whole charade on just so we could stream it to the Discord anyways?
Bonk him on the head.
I got you, DG. Don't worry about it. All right. So, what are the teams playing right now? What teams are going against that we're about to stream?
We got Camtaurs versus Camp Autumn. Our team captains of Team No Mom GG, known in the Discord as Chandler, and second hero, known as Ren.
Oh, old Ren's playing. All right.
Yeah. This is two very well-known players amongst our Discord, by extension, this tournament. Second hero actually is the main TO for the entire tournament. We have a whole board of tournament organizers, but second hero is actually the main guy in charge of it all. So, we'll be interested to see if he was able to craft himself a good enough team to carry himself to the finish line. Both these teams actually won their first round last week, so these are two 1-0 teams that are coming in. And speaking of teams that are 1-0, let's take a look over at the standings really quick and see who was successful last week. If we tab over, coming in and no particular order, we have a bunch of teams with a single win on their hands. We've only had one weekend. Shout out to Gank Spank, Puffy Poro, Tilted Tater Tots, Jax's Daycare Service, and Camtaurs and Camp Autumn, all of which were able to successfully claim a victory screen last week. And unfortunately, we have a few teammates who were down in the defeat screen on the other end of the spectrum. Neon Guard, Moist Chalupas, Nexussy, Le Alphals Digitown, and Which Lane Am I?
Can I just say, I think I've never seen a better collection of team names ever in the history of League. I've never seen better team names.
We definitely have an interesting spread for sure.
I don't think we've seen a better team emblem collection than this year. I'm just saying.
True.
That's the true king of it.
I can honestly say when I asked the teams for their team logos, I thought like, oh yeah, they're gonna send me some like professional looking, like, simple team logos to make it look clean. And then I got a bunch of pictures like these, and I don't know if you guys can zoom in really well on the Twitch stream here, but some of these players got some interesting ideas for their logos. I'm a personal fan of the Nexus on top of skinny, scantily clad Patrick. Nexussy got an interesting logo, to say the least.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's me. Shout out to my support for having actual Photoshop skills and not what I originally sent. So,
that is
go, Sean.
pretty fantastic. Let's see. And you said today is Camtaurs versus Camp Autumn.
Yeah, so both teams that were completed their victories last week. Only one of them is going to be able to land a victory screen today, so I'll be interested to see which of the two. And it's actually going to be an exciting match for a lot of reasons. One of which that I'm interested in is we don't have a whole lot of master tier players in this tournament. What we would consider the high elo of the bracket. But in this tournament, in this game specifically, we have two of them going head to head in the mid lane. Team No Mom GG and Ava going at it.
I'm looking. I'm assuming second hero. His team is Camp Autumn.
Yes.
Okay, just because they have a player named Autumn.
Based
Sauce,
off of their
yes,
they have.
Okay. Camp Autumn. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay. I'm picking up what they're putting down. I wonder if the enemy team is understanding that.
Yeah, they originally they had a couple of other names that they sent me, and then they're like, actually, we want to be Camp Autumn because they want Autumn Sauce to be their like mascot. And I was like, you know what? Love it. And then their picture is like a cat that's like in a leaf for their logo. And I know it's some fancy editing that goes on with that. I don't know specifically like who did it or like what it's supposed to represent, but I guess Autumn is a cat. I guess is the and the
respectable,
understandable.
I never claim to know everything, so
What players? What? Give me a rundown. What players are we looking at right here?
So
to expect it to perform well, I mean.
Yeah, so obviously we talked about our two master tier players in the mid lane. Their ranks may not showcase it right now, just because they haven't put in a whole lot of time. You can see Team No Mom GG with literally 0 games in rank this season, and Ava with only 5, so not a whole lot to represent. But those two are definitely going to be our big, entertaining, high elo lane to match up against. But also we've got some other players. For example, we have Whited, who's in our ADC on Second Heroes team, Camp Autumn. He's got some Korean text, and I'm pretty sure it spells New Jeans, but we're just gonna call him Whited.
He's a giant nerd. We always call him Whited.
We just call him Whited. That's how he goes in the Discord, and I'm not about to pronounce or say his name is New Jeans every time we're talking about him, so he can get mad at me if he wants to.
No, I think he'd love that if you were to call him New Jeans every time.
Every single time.
We don't do that here.
Every single time. Oh, that's crazy. Out of curiosity, did we ever? No.
So another thing to note is I don't know Chandler's team very well, but of the people I do know their support played in the last tournament, and I believe that he's a top lane main that they have playing support, which will be
Shifter Bob.
Yeah, Shifter Bob. He played in the last one. He plays top lane, and
so we're about to see like an orange support or something, or
maybe
Trundle. Hey, Trundle's that's not a bad one.
Who knows? Who knows what the top lane experience will bring in to support?
Definitely something we can get spicy.
All right, so who do you think is are they gonna target ban someone here, like someone like Ava or Whited? We know Whited's Jinx always performs really well. Might be something to kind of get out of the door there.
Entire tournament.
Right, exactly. Ava, I think he kind of just plays well all around. Coming, naturally, I'd say coming from a master tier player. But what are his mid lane picks? What are likely to be banned out?
I know a lot of his scary picks tend to be Silas and LeBlanc. That's kind of the two that I know him for. But he also, just like a lot of our higher tier players, they have a wide champion pool. It's hard to ban out somebody whose champ pool is 20 characters wide, because
right.
What you're really doing is you're saying I want the lesser of the good ones, not
you're the lesser of the evils.
Some of the players that we have in the tournament, they have their 1 or 2 picks, and if you ban out those 2 picks, they just kind of drop. In skill.
Right.
Whereas a lot of our higher elo players that I know of, at least, they don't really fit that description. Like Ava being a good example. Like, yeah, you can kill a Silas, and he'd probably be a little upset, but he's got enough champs in the pocket that he can whip it out. What I'm interested in is Team No Mom GG's Camtaurs. They have a decent amount of teammates that I've personally just never seen play before. I don't think I've gone against anybody on his team except for himself, so that one I'm a little more interested in. I have their op.gg, so we can make some theoretical decisions on what might happen in Champ Select, but I'm still curious to see how they're going to end up playing.
You played the Riftwalkers, right? The last tournament that we played? Or?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you've technically played against Shifter Bob, because that was the one he played in.
Okay.
He was on Andrew's team for that one.
Okay.
So you've technically played against him, but not in support.
I thought Andrew's team had tanks.
No, that was the first tournament. That was the first time.
Oh, okay.
That's when James was playing. But in the Riftwalkers tournament that Pickin had set up.
Talk about the original Riftwalkers or the most recent one?
Most recent one. Not the-
Oh, okay.
Most recent Riftwalkers. The Shifter Bob was playing top lane for Andrew. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't. I know Coach Jacob is Andrew, who's another team captain's brother, and has coached like amateur level teams before. But
Oh, that's right. I vaguely remember him saying things like that.
yeah, I've never played with or against him, so I
hear him in the background sometimes whenever Andrew's on, but
yeah, his family can be rather loud sometimes.
Mandibles. They're in the correct order right now, right? I assume.
Yes, I believe.
Okay, both teams. Okay, cool.
Yes, both teams.
So Sneaky and Coach Jacob. What jungle picks are we expecting here? I'm not too familiar with either of these junglers. So what are we looking at?
Coach Jacob, I couldn't tell you. I'd have to OPGG and see what he's been playing. But Sneaky is more or less has a very small pool of Sejuani Maokai. Even though he's asked what he wants to play, Sneaky will tend to say Sejuani Maokai. So no.
Gotcha. Hey, those aren't bad picks.
I think
Johnny
he can also
Maokai
play
definitely.
Mumu, but
Also a good one. Big tank, big CC stuff. I got it.
Yep.
Coach Jacob, if I took a random guess, being a coach and all, I would assume he's going to play very meta picks, very high meta picks. I'm actually not too sure what the meta is right now, but if I took a random guess, I would guess that. Oh, looks like we're getting set up here.
Taking a quick glance at the op.gg over the past few days. It looks like a lot of Morgana jungle. Smattering everything. There's Xin Zhao in here. Xin Zhao's here a few times, and then Sejuani's also in here. So, yeah, it's kind of strong, decent. Nothing too flashy in terms of jungle picks. We're not going to get like a Kayn or a Kindred coming out here.
Unfortunately, I'd like to see a Kayn for sure. Let's see here. Just causing a lot of disruption. Nocturne, you played really well in the Nocturne. Looking at Sneaky's profile at the moment.
You got to be kidding me.
What happened?
All right, you know what? We're just not commentating draft. They can get over it. We're just going straight into the game, I guess. We have no idea what they banned. We have no idea what their thought process is. We're just gonna go for it.
Come on over here.
This is stupid. I can only message the players so many times. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what else to do. I genuinely don't know what else to do.
There's nothing you can do. Yep.
Surely Ava's not playing Seraphine mid, right? Satchel?
No, that is a whited pick.
I don't even have an overlay to display a draft flow. I don't know why people keep sending me these links. I specifically tell them I don't need the link. I'm not going to look at it. They send it to me anyways. I don't know what they think is happening here. This ain't magic. I don't just have an overlay for every single possible thing that can happen. Whatever.
Animals.
You know what?
They're all animals.
We can theorize what they banned, I guess. This is just... I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. Sorry, I'm getting mad. Y'all can take over for a sec. I need a minute.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
Well, I assume that's... if that's an order, which would be wild to me, that is a Karma jungle?
No, surely not.
No, I think they pivoted.
Mid.
I think they pivoted their mid lane and their jungle to different roles, if I was going to guess.
Oh, okay.
Oh, as in Jacob's going mid and
Jacob's going mid.
I believe so, yes. It is one of the great things about having yourself a master tier player is they can usually play most, if not all, roles. So you can actually pivot your teammates around to what best suits them.
So I wonder then, Whited is going Seraphine mid then? And Ava's going to play Vayne?
No.
Okay.
I think that's genuinely a Vayne mid, and that's a Seraphine mid.
Oh, man, this is real spicy. Okay, shoot.
Because during the week, I practiced with Ren's team when he wasn't there, and they were talking about the Seraphine Zyra bot lane. Granted, I don't think they were going to pick it into a misfortune, but here they are picking into a misfortune. So.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but
I think the plan was to pick into like a Zeri or a Jinx, but
right.
You know,
Seraphine, Zyra. I'm not gonna lie to you. That sounds cancer as all hell.
Randomir, do you know how to make the vote for or the bet pool for which team's gonna win?
Let me see here. Let me see if I can figure it out.
Andrew put what draft or what the pick order was in the Twitch chat.
So first pick, J4. Is it actually just slash prediction? Is it that easy? I didn't know.
Yeah, I was gonna do poll, but prediction's probably better. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess poll would be more for at the end of the game when we're doing like MVP voting.
True. Oh wait, does it not? Slash prediction. Open a setup menu to create and manage a prediction, but it's not. It's wait. Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Zyra. They blind the Skarner. So one thing about what they have here is Skarner top is not nearly as good as it was about a patch ago. It has kind of been kicked in the shins and doesn't have many legs to stand on, but we'll see how Ren pilots this game into the counter pick Mordekaiser, because that is not a fun matchup for the Skarner.
I know the one thing that the Skarner has going for him still is if he's pressuring the enemy under tower, his E, the one that drags the opponent, or I guess pushes them rather, doesn't proc tower for whatever reason.
I think that's because it doesn't do damage until it slams into a wall. Would be my guess as to why. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong about that.
But there's other displacement spells like Poppy E and other abilities like that, or like Vayne Condemn, things like that. Well, I guess Vayne Condemn does deal damage.
I think Vayne Condemn and Poppy E both deal damage. I don't know why I have this thing in my head that I don't think Skarner does damage until you hit a wall.
Maybe true.
I'll double check myself. Real quick.
But I know that's like, maybe it's not a bug per se, but it's definitely like an interesting interaction.
I agree. That I can't agree with.
Okay, so I've kind of figured out the prediction thing. It's telling me that I have to enable a mod. So give me just a second to figure out where this mod is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
It says I have to enable manage prediction or a predictions mod view widget.
All right. Well, we're officially in game now, and we're gonna get to finally see where these players are going. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if the Vayne ends up going topside, because we gotta definitely have a Seraphine Zyra bot lane. No. All right. Looks like they are gonna leave the Vayne mid lane. Interesting, because it was the final pick, which means this was their last pick that they wanted. Not really sure where. And immediately we start quoting payphone.
Classic. What else is new?
Well, I'm glad they're all having a good time, even though they're completely misspelling every other word. I'm watching unique spellings of your in like 3 separate ways.
Well, then they both then proceed to spell butt wrong with an I.
You mean Buick?
Not true. What's the accent?
Well, I'm glad we have such great camaraderie here on the Rift. Nobody wants to fight or take a cheap shot. They all just want to live in all chat until the minions spawn.
God bless America. That's what we're truly here for. Now, another thing is, I don't know how good Karma mid is anymore, if I'm being completely honest, especially with Exhaust.
Yeah, I mean, in general, it's not the power pick that it once was, but I think Vayne, or into a Vayne, it'll be pretty easy because Vayne has to do like an all-in or a very extended trade to come out on top. I think short trade with an empowered Q is not something worth going into, which honestly gives me an interesting question because Ava decided to go fleet footwork, which tells me he does not want to do any extended trades. So does that mean he's kind of just hand shook the lane as well? Well. I guess what do I know? Because he had hand shook the lane to say that he's not going to win? Or?
Anything we can think of. But at the same time, who knows what player diff will happen. So.
Yeah.
What I just saw there for a second, it looks like Coach Jacob is focusing on farming with his Qs instead of trying to fight Satchel back. So.
Yeah, one thing that Satchel has going for him right now is that he's really pressuring up with his auto attacks to shove the wave fast. Which forces Karma to have to use those empowered Qs just to keep the wave out from under her tower. So he's playing the lane really, really well, and as we would expect. But another thing I want to point out is the pressure this Mordekaiser has on the Skarner. Like, we've already seen a huge chunk. Skarner is almost out of mana as it is. We just started the lane. We're barely 3 minutes in. It's not looking good. Luckily for him, though, you got Team No Mom GG passing down towards the bot lane, so not having to worry about getting a ganked anytime soon. If he can get this wave under the tower, he hopefully will be able to recall.
Oh.
It's going to be easier said than done. Mandibles does not want to make that easy, but is he going to get frozen on? Yep, it looks like it is. We'll see if Mandible chooses to break it. Doesn't seem like... Nope, he is going to choose to take it. All right, yeah. Just going to have the lane frozen on him. Not much you can really do. The Mordekaiser is just too strong of a lane bully for Skarner to deal with anymore.
Yeah, Ren does a smart thing. He bases for a tier to offset the Skarner mana problems that were introduced last patch to try to bring him down a little bit.
Now, I'm slightly out of the meta still. I have been seeing recently the Skarner top often. Is that kind of what's happening now? That's the thing?
Yeah, well, it was up until about the most recent patch, actually. It recently just got nerfed. Oh, but we don't got time to talk about that. We're about to see a Seraphine hit the floor, maybe? Not quite. Heal comes out, and the barrier as well. It's going to keep Whited alive just long enough to drop a ward and recall. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Mordekaiser taking too much of a trade. And he's going to have to take the recall there. Ooh,
nice damage, though.
Why did choosing to stay? Interesting. I guess he knows that they recalled. Ren doing a good job at stopping the back from Mandibles as well. Second hero trying to keep up whatever pressure he can. But yeah, Skarner recently just got nerfed. A good bit, actually. He was kind of oppressive in the top lane. Not a complete one-shot, but pretty dang close. Good condemn from Ava just to get out of that range of this Heather. And so now he's gone from like a solid S tier, maybe high A tier to like probably like a high B, maybe a C tier. His damage has fallen off quite a lot, and he has a lot of mana problems now.
Gotcha.
Granted, the new build that's come out, I think, has solved at least the mana problems because you more or less just rush Fimbulwinter and you solve that pretty simply. But this Jarvan not getting off the ground with his first few yanks is going to start racking up pretty fast because the Sejuani is just going to outscale. So.
I'm going to take a second and let everyone in the Twitch chat know that the poll is up for the who will win. Go ahead and cast your vote just so I can kind of see what we're looking at.
If I was going to toss out my vote here, I think I'd have to go with Second Heroes team, Camp Autumn. I think they have some really strong powerhouses. Second Hero is doing a good job at just kind of picking a tank that can frontline. Ideally, not something he can run it down with very much. Same thing with Sneaky in the jungle. Just nice Sejuani, clean frontline, engage CC. Really opening up the two carries, Whited and Ava, to kind of do what they need to do.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree with that assessment.
Slightly off topic. I kind of want to hear what you guys' thoughts are. If let's say the Skarner gets a few people in his ult, and then the Mordekaiser ults Skarner, do all those people come with him?
I doubt it.
I wish.
I also doubt it, but that would be awesome.
That would be kind of crazy.
Got 4 people in the Mortal now.
Just a 4v1. Mandibles just keels over and dies.
Yeah.
No, I think the real question isn't do they go into the realm with them, but more so, or do they stay just suppressed? Because I would think no.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, I would think it would immediately remove it. Yeah.
And if that's the case, Mandibles could choose to use it as a clean counter. Ideally, he's probably ulting out Sneaky, or even like Whited, and just like keeping the carries out of the fight. I don't think he wants to ult Ava. I don't think he wins that 1v1. But
yeah, I think he just loses the satchel, especially due to the lead satchels getting right now is getting quite large. If you want to move on the scoreboard, you move the Karma and the Jarvan around so that
can I?
The lanes are
I didn't even know I could do
matched
that.
up.
I didn't know I could slide these around. That's good
Now
enough.
you know. Merry Christmas.
You know you can do that in game too, right?
I know I can do it in game. I just didn't know I could do
okay.
it in the spectators club. That's good
It took
enough.
me 2 years to figure out you could do that in game, so just making sure.
For the longest time, his blind picks were just irritating.
Dude, you have no idea. You have no idea.
He said, I wish I could queue up. Oh, here comes the Jarvan. Good old tumble coming out. Invisibility. Ava's trying to rack up some damage on Coach Jacob. Isn't going to be able to get the last auto attack. Jarvan damage is going to be too strong. Oh, Ava goes back in, gets the kill, and ties to the Jarvan under the tower. Clean 1-for-1 trade on Ava. Up 30 CS too. He's more than happy to take that trade.
A little greedy on Coach Jacob. All he had to do was walk away, and he was fine, but he decided to come back in, and he ends up dying for it.
Yeah, that's definitely a tilter. I understand the desire. You're already down 30 CS, and you really want that kill to kind of put you back in the lane, but yeah, your Jarvan can definitely make use of it. He's got the Infernal jungle item, so he's definitely got the damage build, at least for the early game. So you're more, at least for me, I'd be more than happy to give it to my Jarvan. Like, hey, go take that damage and carry it through the rest of the lanes. But
yeah, no doubt.
I think thinking towards later, like in team fights, like around like 5v5s, I want to say I'm thinking who wants to go first, and my gut says that blue side wants to go first in team fights with the Jarvan and the MF Sona stuff.
I definitely think if you let Camp Autumn start the fight, you're probably just going to get womboed because you have Zyro, ultimate, Whited, or has his Seraphine ult. You have Sneaky with the Glacial, oh crud, what is it? Glacial Storm?
Prison.
Glacial Prison. What are these names? Encore
I know,
and the Stranglethorns. We're going to get official out here. So we have the Stranglethorns, the Encore, and the Glacial Storm. Oh, and the Impale. All on their team. Their wombo is genuinely scary. You catch 2 or 3 people in one little clump, and I don't think they move for a solid 12 seconds.
Hey, we can't discount cams either, though. If you have the Jarvan ult, if you get 2-3 people in there, that's an instant Sona ult. That's an instant MF ult.
Oh yeah, that crescendo into
we got circles. That's all. That's all I'm saying. We got circles.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I think the crescendo into bullet time is definitely going to be a scary one. If they can get the what is it, the Cataclysm? Is that what Jarvan's ult is called? Yeah,
That is exactly
Cataclysm.
Cataclysm.
Yeah, if Jarvan can get a Cataclysm, 2-3 people, I definitely think that if the Misfortune isn't too far behind, which right now she's doing a really good job at just farming and keeping up in CS, like that ult is just going to hurt. And she's rushing the IE too from the looks of it, so she's going raw damage. One of the strategies I know a lot of Misfortunes have been doing recently is just building pure BF swords for like the first 2 or 3 items. Yeah, and then because it really does make your ult and your Q do a lot of damage, it's kind of the similar mentality as like the old lethality Misfortune if you were playing around that time a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
Kind of same concept. You just do a lot of raw damage with your abilities. And you still build the BF swords, obviously. So you'll turn one of them into a Bloodthirster. It's usually the first item you'll go. And that's just so you can keep your strut active with the shield.
Oh, okay.
And then you'll usually turn the second one into an IE. And then I don't actually know what you turn the third one into. I'm guessing Essence Reaver?
I believe it's a collector, no?
Does Collector build out a BF sword? I'm pretty sure it's just
Collector's
Collector's
BF sword.
Is it BF sword, Dirk, and Cloak?
Yep. I believe that's I'm pretty sure that's a recipe.
Okay. Then yeah, it's probably got to be the Collector then. I know the first one is always Bloodthirster, at least right now, and it's just so you can keep up the pressure with your strut. Because Misfortune kind of lives or dies by that movement speed. It allows her to not have to rush tier 2 boots right out the gate, which is low-key like getting yourself an 1100 gold boost. Chandler biting off a little more than he can chew. There's one, there's two, and there's three.
I cannot move.
Good damage from the bullet time on Misfortune, but it's not going to be
Almost
enough. Sejuani keeping up the stun. Sneaky doing a good job at keeping up the pressure. Wydid's going to be able to pick up. Not quite at the kill. Sneaky ends up walking away with it. But.
For Wydid trying to get that.
Hey, but that was still really clean. Team No Mom GG kind of just going a little too far into the enemy jungle there. Got a little greedy, ran into a Sejuani, and immediately Wydid and Awesome Sauce were able to rotate over for some damage. That's what we want to see with the Wombos.
I agree that should be Autumn's new name. Awesome Sauce?
Yeah.
Sorry to board you out.
And does she have the sauce?
Shit, problem.
Well, one thing that I can notice is definitely some sauce is I'm seeing the Oblivion Orb in her item slot. She is not willing to let the Sona or the Rush Bloodthirster heal up. Yeah. Well, I don't know how often she'll be able to proc it. Just depends on how well she can place her plants, but definitely will be annoying for the Sona for sure, having to wait out that heal cut before she can hit W.
Wydid has finished his first item in the Ludens. Now, this is a pretty decent power spike for the Seraphine. She can, if it's a full combo, that Sona could just die. And Shona could just disappear.
True, and only 13 minutes in, too. That's pretty early for a power spike.
Yeah, and Satchel has Kraken Slayer, too, middle. This is looking a little tough. And Ren's not bleeding out on top side either.
Yeah, honestly,
really
I think
as
far as the lanes are concerned, the only person that's really too far behind right now is mid lane. Obviously, we have the one kill on Wydid for the bot lane, but in terms of plates and CS, not down too far. If we look over at the gold difference real quick, a lot of what you see between the two teams is definitely within that mid lane power jump. Bot lane's got a decent lead, about 600 gold. It's about 2 kills, roughly. But top lane, just about even, within about 100, 150 gold of each other. Jungle's about the same, about 150 gold apiece. Ooh, lots of damage coming out on Mandibles.
Top lane.
Second hero goes for the ult, trying to stall out the Void, but it's not going to be enough. Nice. Mordekaiser Q comes in for the kill. Meanwhile, Ava picks up a kill on Team No Mom GG. Sneaky doesn't want this fight. He's going to try to back it out. Both are going to handshake and walk away. Ava's posturing for a dive on the bot lane, too. Flashes in.
Oh my
Gets the
goodness.
condemn on the Sona. Sona gets 1, 2, 3 hit, but the tower takes him down. That's a 1-for-1 Sona versus Ava. Nice job to Shifter Bob playing that as well as he could.
Oh, that was a psychopath play right there. Holy, the Satchel just flashed in there, flash condemn.
Yeah, that's
Psycho.
shutdown gold going over to the Sona. So I suppose if your goal is to just get the bounty off your head to a player that won't use it very well, Sona's definitely the one you'd want to give it to, but definitely a bit ambitious. I know he wanted the kill, but it didn't seem like his teammates were postured for a position to dive with him.
Sometimes you gotta go for stuff, Respectable.
Yeah, sometimes you do, but when you already have a team lead, I don't think we're pressuring the lane quite like that. But what do I know? I'm just a simple Emerald player. I've never made it past Masters here before, so who am I to tell him how to play the game?
Now, while that play happened topside, I believe Satchel did 1v2 in mid lane, and cleanly. And the only reason he died was because he then. Oh, I'm gonna shut up. So they're going for stuff.
Second hero dives in. He's fighting a 1v3. I don't think he's going to be tanky enough to walk away from this. Mordekaiser drags him right back in. There's the Q. Mandibles, 1, 2, 3, down. Vayne is just doing so much damage with this Kraken Slayer.
Oh, but Sejuani, or not, but Sejuani, sorry.
Oh, and they got the Herald. That's
Yeah,
very
that's
nice.
exactly what I was
Little trait.
Ooh, Sejuani's still keeping up the pressure, letting Ava come in. Ava only needs a couple kills. Sneaky flashes in for the stun, and there's more damage from this Vayne. A true problem for Camtaurs coming out. 7-2-0, bringing the gold difference in mid lane to a staggering 3,000. Almost the entirety of the team's difference.
Oh,
Sona! Oh, my word! Lots of damage coming in. Misfortune not having to use the bullet time, proccing the barrier too. Stepping a little too far forward. Zahir's going to get the kill on that one. Shifter Bob, if he's playing it smart, he's going to have to recall. And there he goes.
these few fights are the fights that are break the game open.
Yeah, Camtaurs is definitely on the back burners right now. Just good smite. Takes the fight. Not sure if he's gonna want this one though. Ava's just hurting too bad. Ren gets the. Oh goodness. Ava's just getting knocked up. He's down.
The shield.
They managed to get the shutdown on the Vayne. That's good. 1, 2, 3, and the shifter's down. Takes him down as well. Second
This
hero.
is one of the reasons Karma mid I think will always be relevant, and that it's not necessarily that is it OP, but I don't know if you saw how big that shield was, the ult shield that she put on that Jarvan, but it's the only reason he survived that entire encounter. Because she can build straight into large AP items, the scaling on that shield is just absolutely ridiculous.
Agreed.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to rotate over to a dragon to pick that one up. That's really good for the Camtaurs. They needed that to be able to get back into the game a little bit. Still going to be almost a 3K difference in the mid lane. This poor Karma just doing what she can to stay alive. Luckily for her, she's got a kit that can support her team with or without gold. So not going to be starved out too much. Second hero just trying to get a little bit of vision for his team, but that blue buff is gone. Here's a question for you guys. If you're on Camtaurs, you just got this good fight, but you're obviously still bleeding out around the map. We just lost top lane. We're still trying to fight for some objectives, but we're down a lot of gold, especially with this Vayne. She got shut down, but she's still a huge threat. What are you guys looking at for trying to get through to the mid to the late game?
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
I mean, well, unfortunately for them, the thing that Herald ended up taking out was all of their mid lane turrets. So the map is incredibly wide open for Camp Autumn, where they have more or less free. They have the easiest way to get everywhere, which is through mid lane. Because Camtaurs cannot push out very far due to not having any mid lane turrets. So easiest one, take outer towers, get that type of gold, try to split maps, try to avoid fights. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. And Vayne picks up another kill in a 1v1. Nobody can match her in a single one-on-one. Y'all gotta have two people ready to go. Jarvan was posturing for the fight, but he wasn't able to rotate anywhere near fast enough.
She used ult,
And
so that's a
grubs.
big cooldown.
And they have 6 grubs too, so they're winning Vayne. That's even more tower pressure.
Yep, and another top tower falls prey to the Ava carry. Just more and more gold going into his pocket. That's almost 5K up. This poor Jarvan just running away. Doesn't want to fight it for anything. And I don't blame him. You really do need 2 or 3 people to take down that Vayne. The way she's been playing, she's not willing to give you that fight. Oh, good flash and crescendo. Bullet time comes out. Double flash, but we have the Cataclysm in the background to lock them up. Coach Jacob with the Q. 1, 2. Jarvan picks up a double kill. They're going to continue the fight. Second hero comes flying in from the back with some stuns, and he gets the piercing arrow.
Big suppression, but his team's leaving him.
Flashes out, but he's not going to get away. Jarvan flashes over with the flag and drag. 1, 2, and there goes the kill. More and more gold for this Jarvan carry.
You just asked how do they get back into this game playing like that. That is exactly how they get back into this game.
That was so clean from Shifter Bob with the flash crescendo. Bullet time forces out the double flash from Autumn Sauce and Wydid, and then you follow that up with the Cataclysm from frickin' Jarvan. Oh my word, the team synergy is insane on this one.
And unfortunately for Camp Autumn, they were sitting on a ward. Didn't have a sweeper up, didn't have a sweeper ready to go, and paid the price for it.
We're 20 minutes in. I just put in another poll, see if anyone changed their mind about the who will win.
Yeah, now that we're a little further into the game, it definitely still feels like it's Camp Autumn's game to win. But if Camtaurs keeps up the team fight gameplay like that, ain't no way they're losing this one. Looks like the Baron is going to go uncontested. They don't seem to know that it's being taken right now, so free Baron take for Camp Autumn. Let's see if they'll be able to use that very well. They've already taken out the top tower. Might be rotating 4-1, I would think. Maybe 4 mid lane and Send Ava into the bot lane to catch that wave. He's got TP. We'll see if he wants it. It looks like he's pressing the top turret right now. They're pinging the bot side. Somebody's going to go take it.
I think they're going to 4-1 split bot top is what those pings were.
Okay.
They just need to go catch that wave bot lane. And they're just taking a while to do it.
Yeah.
Granted, the entire team's bot lane on from Camtaurs, so Satchel can freely hit that top turret.
Yep, no one is even remotely trying to contest him. So Ava's just going to be able to pick up an inhib off that too. The entire blue team is now recalling. Camtaurs wants to take down this Vayne. Still worth some shutdown gold even after the second death. So let's see if she backs out smart. She's got no reason to stick around, but Karma's got the speed up. It's not going to be quite enough. Ava's out. And Dragon will be spawning here in about 10 seconds, so I'm thinking Camp Bottom is going to be able to grab that one pretty quickly. Sejuani's already posturing towards it.
Yep. I agree. I mean, really you're looking to croc bot lane with this as well, but yeah, Satchel is just such a problem. I don't know how you can respond to him. He takes right here. Like this is a fight he can't win. 3 people.
Ooh, tries to go for the steal, but ends up just giving his life away. That's, I'm not sure if we're so far behind that we have to risk our life for a steal, but I mean, I guess we are almost 10k down. I guess we are in a position where we kind of just have to.
Yeah. Oh, sidestep. Oh my goodness, what a sidestep.
Ava's tanking the tower right now. With the bullet time, is it going to be enough? Mordekaiser's got some damage, and the Vayne gets shut down. That's good damage. Sneaky gets hit by the tower coming out from the distance. Sona gets blasted out by Whited in the background, and now Misfortune's about to go down to the same fate. That barrier is not going to be enough. Tower does go down, and the Baron is going to let them push through the inhib. They might also be able to end it. Team No Mom GG is going to be back up in 3 seconds, but can he fight the 1v3? He's going to try. Second hero tanking very many tower shots for some reason. Just gives his life over to the Jarvan.
Yeah, there with that idea. Oh, and that's a flash.
Well, I genuinely believe that second hero didn't have to tank those tower shots, and honestly probably could have ended the game right then and there. They got the one Nexus tower. They probably could have gotten the second, but I'm not sure if he got creep blocked or if he just forgot the tower existed. Not really sure where his head was at on that one, but either way, game's still reasonably in their favor. Camp Bottom, they're still up about 10k gold, just a little less than. And, well, I guess about 9k. It's closer to 9k. And now
so it's pretty insurmountable. I mean, the MF has 2 items. Maybe if you get a miracle team fight where, I don't know, 5-man crescendo, 5-man bullet time, anything can happen. But
yeah, you're definitely playing with let's hope that Camp Autumn messes up more so than let's make sure we outplay them.
Yeah, let's make a play rather than
like I think at this point, if you were to fight a clean 5v5, you just get stat checked. That Vayne is just too far ahead, and honestly, the Seraphine damage is still pretty high. We've seen Sona almost get completely one-shot, even with the heal and the shield.
Mm-hmm. I agree. This Vayne is just so incredibly strong. And it's not only that it's strong, but there's no Vayne spotting going on in this game. This Vayne is not. I mean, there's a little bit because he's so far ahead. But
yep.
Let's see what happens.
Tower dive comes out. Mandibles drags him into the realm. He's not going to be able to win the 1v1. He's going to have to back out. Encore
nice
goes wide. But bullet time comes out. Lots of damage in on Ava, and he's down. Nice, clean cleanup. Shifter Bob trying to keep up his team healthy in the back line, but it's not looking good. Jarvan gets stunned. Jarvan gets shielded, but he gets killed. Sneaky goes in for the Sona. He wants that final kill for his team. 1, 2, bam. Nice job with the Encore. And that's it. That's going to be the game. Well, we'll quickly drag in an interview here really quick from one of Camp Bottom's teammates. Those of you guys who are in the chat, let me know who you want us to try to interview. Who do you think is going to be the person to interview? Personally, for me, I think I'd have to give it to Ava. He played a really solid carry game, used his pressure really, really well. But at the same time, we kind of expect that from our master tier players. So, I also want to point out that Sneaky did a really good job at just landing his abilities when he needed to, pressuring the map really, really well, keeping up with the jungle objectives. So I think both of them, did a really, really good job.
Yeah, I think Sneaky did his job. He didn't push too far. They just played a solid game, and Satchel just played AD carry, and he's the best at those. So it's pretty damn good at those. So.
Well, you guys go ahead and let us know in the chat who you guys want us to see, have a quick interview with, and we'll message the players really quick to make sure that they're available. I wonder how can I just / poll? Is that a thing? Oh, it is a thing.
I'm currently doing it right now.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we want to choose an MVP from the losing team as well.
Who's the carry on second Heroes team? What's his name?
Whited.
Oh, Whited.
Oh, Whited, yeah.
There we go. Poll is up for who we should interview.
You guys go ahead and slam those votes really quick. We'll give it about a minute or so. And then from there, we'll see if we can drag them in really quick. I may not even message them. I might just literally just draft them. Just kidnap them.
Yoink.
Yeah, just kidnap them.
Yoinkies.
Ren was wild for giving me this kind of power. Now I can just kidnap people. Looks like we got 2 clean votes for Ava, 2 clean votes for Whited. Whoever's got the deciding vote, we'll drag them in. I just need one more. Maybe we have 3 votes come in for another player. All right. 3 votes for Ava it is. Let's see if we can drag Ava in here and see what's going on in his head. Where did he go? All right. You guys ready for this? I'm not even going to warn him.
There he is.
What's up, man?
Hey,
We kidnapped you.
You've been chosen.
it seems so.
Congratulations. You are voted the MVP of this game. And I think rightfully so. You did a really good job at carrying your lead and not just pressuring your lane, but pressuring the map as well.
Yeah, fair enough.
What did you think about that game as a whole? Did you guys ever feel like y'all were on the back burner or that like stuff wasn't going too well? Because we were looking at the gold charts and we were able to kind of see it from a third-person perspective. But what were the comms like? Did you guys feel like at any point y'all were just like not in the driver's seat?
Nah, I think the game felt pretty chill. They didn't really have many points to play through on the map. They don't really have any like major carry points on their team either, unless either Mord or Misfortune gets like really far ahead. And since neither one really happened, bot was pretty stable, not really getting ganked, and top was pretty stable as well. It wasn't really a concern.
Run us through the draft. What was the? I got to know what the Vayne pick was.
The Vayne picks just simply we just need an AD mid laner, Tristana, Corki, which are the 2 best 2 are usually banned. I think Lucian was banned as well. I just need something that could deal with their front line. And after we saw the full comp, we know it was Karma mid. So I realized I wasn't going to be under a whole lot of pressure in terms of like laning. So I could go for a quote unquote weaker laning with Vayne and just went for that.
Right. Versus like if there was a Zed or like a Syndra, maybe it'd be a little tougher to go for the Vayne pick, right?
It would need to be more like something really, really aggressive early. I think Vayne's still fine into champs like Syndra, but yeah, in a sense.
So like your favorite champion, Tristana Min, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Tristana, Corki are just really dumb champs. That's about all there is to it.
Sweet.
So I also loved your 1v2 that you had against them, and then proceeded to flash under turret bot lane. What was going through your mind when you decided to do the flash under turret? I was kind of curious.
I just wanted more money. That's about it.
Well,
Because
Solid
like,
answer.
might as well get a kill. Yeah,
you gotta appreciate
solid
the
money
honesty.
tower. Hello, that's about it.
What was there anyone on their team that you felt could be a problem? Like what was the, hey, make sure we don't get this person fed or make sure that person stays behind?
Not when they like had their comps revealed, but going into it, I felt like they're one of the harder teams to draft against because they flex their players around, like we saw with them putting Jacob mid Chandler jungle.
Right.
So it wasn't like it was a little hard to figure out like picks and bans. There's some things that surprised me. I was like, for example, prepared for Sejuani to get contested because I know Jacob plays that. So I was really surprised when we got Snaky on his main champ. And then White had talked a little bit about playing AP bot laners earlier, so I just we figured we might as well go for it if we see the opportunity. And we did.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Sneaky did do a good job. We mentioned it earlier, but he played a really clean Sejuani game. Tons of follow-up stuns with his passive. Really understood his mechanics well. So it makes sense that if that's his main champion, he was flying with it.
Yeah, I think Snaky, when he gets his main champs, is a really solid player, especially considering the point system. I think he's extremely valuable for us. So
Nice.
much appreciated.
Well, we're gonna sign it off here. Did you want to say anything about the game or any last words before we wrap up the interview here?
No, just GGs, and see you guys next week.
Sweet. Till next week, man. Good luck in your games. We're looking forward to being able to play you on my team. This is gonna be a fun game.
Sounds good. I'll consider the Shyvana mid once again. See ya.
Awesome, man. All right.
Sweet.
Well, those of you guys who are tuning into the stream, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick little maybe 5-minute break or so while we're waiting on the next lobby to fill up. So you guys go grab some water, use the bathroom, pet your cat, whatever you need to do, whatever makes you happy. Do yourself a favor, treat yourself a little bit for the next 5 minutes. We'll be right back. See you guys in just a little bit.